And real quick, I'm going to walk through how to figure out where your points need to be on your gambeson for your arms and shoulders. Now this particular gambeson is already pointed, in the interest of expediency, so we already know that this works. But I'm going to show you the right arm, because that's the one I have the shoulder pull out for. So, the first thing is you need a gambeson that is yours. So you're going to put arming points on it, you're going to be putting holes in it. You don't want to have to adjust this every time. The second thing is that you need arm armor that is yours, because not all arm armor points the same. In fact, a lot of it points very differently. So sometimes this will be connected to a rear brace that goes all the way up, and you're only doing one point here. In this case, it's got a point here, and then the shoulders actually come down. So every system is going to point a little bit differently. So you need your system that you're intending to wear with that gambeson. You've got to choose the points every time. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to make sure that her arm armor is on her and that her elbow is fitting in the crook of the elbow cup. So just go ahead and bend. Is that in the elbow there? Pretty comfortable?
Yeah.
And is it sitting where you want it on your wrist?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, assuming that that's true, you want to hold the gambeson taut so that it's got no slack in it. You want to make sure that hopefully we're using material for our gambeson that is not stretchy, something like a linen or a denim or something like that. And we want to look at where these holes are right here. This is the cuff in which we can put any of our points. And you can have just one here, like this one does, or you can have two. If you have two, you kind of want to offset them. I switched to using 2 points on almost everything that ties. It's made me dramatically happier, so I have 2 sets of point ties. It's much more stable, much less likely to break mid-fight. But this has one, so that's what we're doing. So we mark using a permanent marker, or if you don't have, if you're using a black gambeson, you can use a white chalk pen, or you could just use a little bit of flour on a toothpick if you have to. That works pretty well. You poke it through the holes, and that shows you where these holes are. So we've already done that on this one. In fact, we've already got a point to put on here. So we're just going to untie this and cut this out in post. So we went ahead and marked, and we found that the holes that we marked would have been about here. They actually would have been lower than where the holes are for the point. A useful trick is that you mark your holes, and then you take and you move the actual holes for your point about 1 inch up. If you actually just put the point and for the ties directly where the holes are, when it stretches down, it's going to ride down. So you find where the holes are, holes go here, and the actual holes end up about 1 inch higher. Okay? So you put 1 inch higher when you actually put your point in, and that helps make sure that when it stretches down, it can still fit appropriately. Okay. So this is the pointed, we're going to tie this one back up, and we're going to do the shoulders. All right, so we've done the arm. The arm is pointed, it's in the elbow, it's at the correct distance on the wrist. We've put the actual point about 1 inch up from where we wanted the holes to sit. Great, now we're going to do the shoulder. Now, this shoulder has an integral rear brace built into it. A lot of them would have a separate rear brace, which would probably just be this part, and it might have a separate tie. But this one just has a set of ties up here, and they're going to tie up here at the shoulder. So what we do is we figure out the lowest point that this needs to sit at before it becomes a problem where it interacts with the elbow cup. So this is basically as low as it can go, and in fact that would really be a little too low. So we really want that to sit right about here so it gives good coverage, but at the same time when she moves her arm down or back up isn't going to jam and lock. Okay? It can also sit on the outside a little bit, which gives a little bit of better movement. So it just depends what you're looking for. If you want to sit on the inside, you want to sit the outside, but the important thing is that it shouldn't sit right down in there in such a way that it prevents movement or binds. So, having figured out where it needs to sit, we now back into extending it all the way up and figuring out where these ties need to go. Now she's got her Brigandine on, and what we've actually discovered through the same marking principle that we used is that her ties need to be pretty much directly under the straps of her Brigandine. So what we've done is we've actually gone ahead and tied directly to the Brigandine strap, which is perfectly fine. If you have heavier shoulders, or if you find that your shoulders are often under tension, like when you're pulling down, what you might want to do is you might want to run them through here anyways, then run them up through the strap, and then run them through the shoulder, which gives you a second point of suspension that isn't just your strap. Sometimes if you tie it just to the strap, it can come loose or it can slop down a little bit. So if you find that that's happening, you can go through your gambeson, but going through the strapping of Brigandine is also acceptable if that works for you. All right, thank you very much. I hope that helped you figure out how your arms and your shoulders need to be pointed to give you maximum mobility and to give you maximum protection on the battlefield. I'm Brennan.
And I'm Edith.
Like, follow, subscribe, buy stuff from us. We don't really sell anything that you can look at right here, but you could always buy other stuff as a sign of appreciation for our